Hey guys, so welcome back to the channel. I made this video a while ago, but my recording software kind of fucked up, so I have to redo it now. Sorry. Um, but here we go again. I have something to show you guys. 2 weeks ago now, it would be, yeah, 2 weeks ago on Sunday, I went to an event in New Jersey. I didn't think I was gonna do really well, but I still want to make like a decklist video for you guys. At the last second, I didn't post the video because I was just like, what if someone sees this and like watches the video and like knows my decklist before I go in? You know what? Let me not do it. I'm kind of glad I didn't do it, because as you can see from the map, I got top eight. I'm really proud of myself. I'm not gonna lie. Since I started this game, a lot of people were telling me this color is not good, this, that, this, but it's a color I hold like near and dear to my heart, and I took to eighth place green hybrid. Hold on. So I'm gonna go over everything, and I just want to I'm just really happy that I even made it that far. Like everyone I played was fantastic. They did a great job, and honestly, I just hope that like I do this well going into the future. Um, but yeah, let me explain everything. So for the eggs, we play four copies of Gummymon and one copy of Argomon. The one copy of Argomon, I would have personally switched out in the end. I realized that yeah, while getting the one memory is important, most of the times the cards that we evo on top of it will not be suspended. So it doesn't come up that much. And if it does, I feel like the Pokemon just being able to draw one would have been better. But that's my take on it. And then the next then of course we play the four copies of Gummymon, suspending draw one, that's exactly what this deck does. Just being able to get like another card to hand is amazing, especially because green is not known for having like draw power. So just being able to have like that extra draw came in handy so many times. And that's everything I'm playing for like egg wise. Let's go over to the level threes real quick. So for our level threes, we're playing four copies of the BT3 Terriermon. I love this card. It showed up a few times in my matchups. It did what it needed to do, but most of the times it was a ride target on top of the Rapidmon. And when I tell you Rapidmon just absolutely won me games, it won me games. And being able to Evo on top of this Terriermon and just making it a three cost made it so much more effective. So I played four copies of the BT3 Terriermon. I also played four copies of the EXO2 Terriermon. Um, the EXO2 Terramon, I feel like was my debatably better than the BT3 Terramon. They both did their jobs, but one came more in handy than the other, and it was this one. Just being able to turn our Mimis and our dual tamer from four cost to a three, just so we don't pass turn, and then making our JP a two drop was just amazing. Like it literally kept us in the game and it actually like accelerated our plays. Just being able to just drop like three JPs, oh, and then putting like if you're able to in one go was huge. And then on top of that too, its inheritable skill of gain 2000 came so much in handy. That it's unbelievable. Next up, we play debatably our best rookie. I say debatably, and I will like get to that in a second. But we played three copies of Pokemon. Pokemon did not miss. In the 7 games that I played, Pokemon always hit both targets, and I am surprised. Um, this card did not fail me at the tournament. It did not. It did everything it needed to do and more. Um, but the one thing that caught me off guard is that this was not the card that people were gunning for. Like if they had on target removal, this was not the card they were like trying to get rid of. The card that they tried to get rid of, and I think honestly this was in true fashion the best card in my rookie lineup was the two copy of Talisman. Talisman. did everything. It gave me the memory from wanting to digivolve. It gave me that one extra card I might have needed. And on top of that too, it gave me the plus 3000 DP. And I think out all three skills, the plus 3000 DP was the most important. I faced round one was Yellow Hybrid, round two was Imperial, round three was Security Control, round four was another Imperial, round five was another Imperial, round six was Security Control Yellow, and then my top cut was Blue Hybrid. The only matchup that I think Talisman did not come in handy for was my top cut against Blue Hybrid. Every other matchup, Talisman was amazing. Just being able to even go into my level fives, like my Rhino Cobbleterimon, or in like even like like funny cases with my Rapidmon too. Just being able to give it a 3000 DP boost, pushing my level fives to at least 11,000 or my Rapidmon to 9,000 after it already gave the 5,000 DP reduction to like three of my opponent's Digimon. Just being able to get over some level sixes at some point was huge. The extra draw came in handy too. Like I'm not gonna deny, like that draw was amazing as well. Like Talisman literally did everything I needed to, and I'm just shocked. So yeah, that's everything that we played for our rookie lineup. Let's keep going. Until just to let you know, we played 13 rookies. Next up, we played our level fours or our I think these are like megas, I think. Or champions, there you go. So we played four copies of Beelmon. Um Beelmon did what it needed to do. It always got me another hybrid or JP, sometimes both, but it did what it needed to do. I think my biggest kind of like letdown is that this card doesn't search out the level 6, and there's so many times I wish it did. But otherwise, this card did what it needed to do. Um, Next up, we played four copies of the Metal Cobbleterimon. Metal Cobbleterimon was fantastic. Just being able to spend, trigger gummies, draw cards, Evo on top of the low fours for one. It did what it needed to do. I'm kind of like I'm sad because I wanted this card to see its true potential, but I did not once see a Mother D Reaper deck, and I'm just like, well, yeah, there goes that plan to like show off like the potential of this card. But it did what it needed to do. Like I'm not gonna sit down and complain. Like it kept the lower level Digimons at bay. So it did what it needed to do. Next up, I think arguably the best level 4 I played. I'm glad I played at this ratio because four copies was too much. The thing that literally said you can't rush me, the saving grace of probably this deck, the four copies of Rapidmon. This literally told my opponent, I dare you to play Rookie Rush. Let me annihilate your field. It did. It, okay, to explain it in a way that would make sense. This card really just told my opponent, like, if you want to commit to the board, go for it, but you have to pray I don't have this in hand. Being able to give that 5,000 DP reduction, making some level sixes go down all the way to 7,000, 8,000, from enough for my level fives to run over them. And if I had the Callus, even this would be able to run over it, was amazing. Being able to suspend Digimons and tap the gummies to draw cards was fantastic. And the fact that I was able to do all that without having to pass turn, I think was the most important thing about that card, about this card. Um, I loved it. It did wonders for me, and I'm just forever grateful. And then my last two champions I play, this was my cover in case things got bad. I had these in the reserve tank. Was two copies of the Cobbleterimon. Being able, like, my biggest fear going into this was I just felt like I was going to run into a But the reason why I played the Kabuterimon was just like I didn't want to hear hybrid for game. So the Kabuterimon was there just to be able to block this on top of that too. It's a one Evo Digivolution cost. So it's either way, it's to continue the stack or to just be as a blocker, it served its purpose. So I'm not like this was probably debatably a good choice. I get other people ran the other Kabuterimon, but this personally is just the one I ran. Okay, so off to I don't know which one are these. These are the ultimates. There you go. So our level fives. Um, Of course, we played the four copies of the Run the Cobbleterimon. We just had to keep the lineup going for the hybrids. This is standard. And then for my two like tech choices, I played one copy of Cherrymon. Sometimes I just didn't feel like trading off that hybrid, like the blocker for the hybrid for game, and the Cherrymon was just there as like another cheap Evo blocker. And then this was for Mother D Reaper. Um. And I only digivolved into this card twice. The theory behind it was great. I just didn't get to play it out or like get to use it for what it was worth. But I did play one copy of the Intismon. Basically, you just attack your opponent's Digimon, unsuspend it, and then attack again. It's just to clear board or just delete a Digimon and then attack security too. If you pair this with the Callus again, this will go up to 11k. If you pair that with the Rapidmon, you can just get over things. And even if you don't, you can still run over some level 5s and maybe a few level 6s. I don't know. I think there's like one or two cards that are like 10,000, 11,000 DP. But just being able to run over certain things and just being able to then attack into security without like a big fear is honestly amazing. So that's kind of why I played it. I didn't get to use it for its full potential, but the theory was there. Next up, I played three copies of the Ancient Beelmon. I think this is just self-explanatory. Four copies would have been bricky. Three copies just came in perfect. Skill was amazing. It did what it needed to do. The deletion just to like float into another body was great. Like that's all I have to say. I really don't need to explain this card much, I feel like. Then here is where arguably I made my worst decision. I played one copy of Shivamon, and then I played one copy of the Argomon. So here's my idea of playing the Argomon. I was like, oh, I'm gonna run to a lot of yellow hybrid, and if not, I'm gonna run to a lot of Mastamon. Let me play the Argomon. That way, it stops the Tamers from tapping. And particularly, I was thinking of Kari, and I've also seen some players play the the purple tamer, which like if your security gets reduced or something like that, gain one memory. I was playing that just so that I would have an easier time into the matchup. But seeing how I mostly played Imperial, Argomon didn't do much for me. So I really wish at some point I would play the second Shivamon because the Shivamon does put my opponent on a timer. And that's one of the things I really love about it. Just being able to have that card there and force my opponent to do something about it, or I'm going to trash the top card of your security, and that's even before I attack or something like that. Just knowing that Shivamon can basically take out two cards before the start of my next turn is amazing. And then just having two of those, that means that in basically 1.5 turns or like 2 turns, depending on how you count it, like between you and your opponent, you can nail out four security. That's a lot. And such a fast pace too. So I kind of wish I would play another Shivamon, but it is what it is. Next up, let's go into. Oh, wait. I forgot. I do have a tech choice. Now, I played the one copy of this. This was from other D Reapers, particularly. I wanted, like, people to gather around the table and lose their minds when they saw this. Like, if my whole plan went through, I wanted that to be, like, recorded type stuff. I played one copy of, Chaosmon. My reasoning. If you pair this with the Callus, if you pair this with the Gummymon, not the Terriermon, I mean, the EXO2, Terramon, and you swing over Mother D Reaper when they have 6 cards in their inheritable stack, it just like I wanted someone, I wanted to do that to someone, and they just like get up and walk away. Yes, that's toxic. Yes, I know that is like cancer, but I really wanted to do it. And unfortunately, I did not face a single Mother D Reaper deck, and I'm just like disappointed. I'm really sad. But funny enough, this came up for another matchup. This came up for my round 5 Imperial matchup because they went into fire mode, and there's not a card naturally in my deck that can go over it. So what I did was I went into the Ancient Beelmon for 3. I had enough memory to go into this and not pass turn. So I swung, I deleted their I think it was it's the one that you draw grass into. I think it's the peer power. No, it's the one that starts with the B, not the Dino B, the other one. I swung into it. I pierced, then trashed, and then I went to the Chaos Mon, unsuspended the Chaos Mon, and swung over the fire mode because I had the power boost off of the Calisan. So that was the idea. For my reasoning for playing the Chaos Mon, I didn't get to do it for the idea, but it was just nice and it still showed up anyways. Next up, we play 2 copies of Somali Santi. This is just our security control card. Like, if they hit this into security, awesome, suspend a Digimon. If not, or a Tamer, I believe. Yeah, a Tamer. Or if not, this was just kind of my way of suspending something for like cheap cost. Next up, we played 2 copies of the Green Memory Boost just to search out combo pieces that like I was missing. Um, and then if not, just hitting down security and getting the delay effect was amazing. Let's go off to our tamers now. So for our tamers, we played obviously 4 copies of JP. MVP of the deck, did everything it needed to do. The piercing was amazing. Just I don't have to explain anything. We played 3 copies of Mimi. 4 copies would have been too much, I feel like. So 3 was fine. And then we even did like those funny shenanigans. I think round 2, which I had 2 Mimis on field. So I tapped one to hatch an egg. I put a level 3 on top of it. And then I tapped the other Mimi to bring the egg out, or level 3 out, and just swing for game. And last but not least, we played 2 copies of the Izzy Mimi. Arguably the biggest letdown of the deck. Biggest letdown. This card, I expected so much for just being able to gain 2 memory if they have a suspended Digimon, or just being able to just swing for level 5 and go into a level 6 for free. Like, I had so many expectations for this card, it just didn't show up. It was either that I had another plan that would have been better, or it just like never appeared in my security. I had a lot of expectations. It did not work out. If I had to change it out for any other tamer, it would have probably been the structure deck Izzy, which is the 2 drop. If your opponent's card gets suspended, gain a memory. Maybe that, but otherwise, I just thought it was gonna do more, and it didn't. But it is what it is. Anyways, that is the deck profile. I'm really sad because this is the last time I will ever be able to play Green Hybrid for the most part. Now that we're in BT9 and the format's really ramping up to be an OTK heavy style deck, format. Green Hybrid just does not have that speed, so it's gonna be rough. Overall though, I'm just really glad like I got top 8. um I'm gonna post it like both. I'm gonna maybe I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to put it in the video, but if not, I'm going to definitely post like my results and like my deck list, or like everything on my Instagram. If you would like want to go check that out, link will probably be in the description. If not, just go to channel details and it should be there. But yeah, that's everything, guys. I hope you enjoyed. This was an amazing like event for me. I had so much fun. I made so many friends. It was just great. And that's all. If you want to know what I'm going to be playing going into BT9, I think I'm going to drop green just because it's way too expensive. Just the power up pack, I think it's the Akumon just being $20 a piece. Um, and then the promos too. I don't think I'm gonna play it. I have already from like previous set. It's like BT7-ish, BT8, no, BT8-ish, yeah. Full power Alphamon. So I'm gonna see if I can just get my secrets in and just play black. And if not, I'm gonna mess around with Gallantmon actually and go to red or yellow and whip up a random concoction that you'll probably see. But yeah, guys, that's it. So I really hope you enjoy, and I'll see you for the next video. Peace out.